Hey everyone, finally, I'm here with the Raw report. I'm sorry that was to be absent for the past 2 weeks, but I've been pretty busy with a lot of work and have not been able to watch Raw the past 2 weeks. Attending Monday Night Raw at the Barclays Center a couple weeks ago. Of course, I was not able to do a review when I got home on time, but let me tell you something. This Raw, the one that I saw tonight from Kansas City, Missouri, was actually a lot better than the one I attended. A couple of snooze fests here and there, but it was a much better, to say the least, at least for the matches that we've seen. But it was pretty exciting, and hope everybody will agree with me. Almost everything was a match tonight, okay, from what we've seen on WWE television and the USA Network. Well, we start off things with the Authority coming down to the ringside area. Triple H, Kane, Randy Orton, and the Money in the Bank winner, Seth Rollins. They get into the ring. They're hyping up the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. As many of you know, Randy Orton will be facing John Cena in one half of the main event at Hell in a Cell. This is like the 18th to 22nd time these two will face each other in their careers since 2002, since they're making their debuts. And of course, Seth Rollins will be facing Dean Ambrose in a big Hell in a Cell second half match. Well, Triple H makes the announcement that it's going to be a 3-2 street fight handicap match with Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, and Kane against John Cena and Dean Ambrose. So there you have it. You got that opening segment opening up over in Kansas City. So that's what you got for tonight. Okay, we open up with a big six-man tag team match. You got the Usos, the former tag team champions, as they team up with the United States champion Sheamus, facing Goldust, Stardust, and of course Damien Mizdow, of course. And in the broadcast booth, of course, you have the Miz. Pretty good match, I have to say the least. This was a pretty good match between the six-man tag match. Sheamus, of course, who in my opinion does not have any skills or needs to work on his mic skills. There's a guy that needs some character development. Did pretty good in the six-man match. Of course, you got the Usos, Jimmy and Jay Uso, winning this one. But of course, at the end of the match, Damien Mizdow, of course I should say, wins the match by pinning Sheamus 1, 2, 3, and you see the Miz there going like a little hyper, like oh my god, I won. Well, of course, is hyping up for the two matches. The return title match at Hell in a Cell, Goldust and Stardust defending the tag team titles against the Usos, and of course Sheamus defending the United States Championship against the Miz at the upcoming Sunday pay-per-view of Hell in a Cell. Okay, you have that match in the books, and then you got a Triple H and Randy Orton backstage segment. Talking to Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins trying to tell Randy Orton, I don't need your help, and we got this back and forth exchange as Triple H is trying to calm the two down, and he's trying to tell them, listen, we need you guys to be on the same page for tonight. We don't need you guys, of course, arguing, okay? We need you guys to be on the same page in that 3-2 handicap match. It's going to take place later on Monday Night Raw in the main events. Okay, after that, you got a little Wyatt video package, of course, building up for the Wyatt's return. I don't know what the company has in store, but there's rumors going around that both Eric Rowan and Luke Harper are going to be turning on Bray Wyatt. So that remains to be seen, but I think it's a little too early even to start that right now, guys. All right, but let's not to jump the gun. I mean, they've been with the company only for a year now, and now they want to think about a face turn. One thing that this company's known for is to split up stables. They've done it already with the Shield, and now you're looking at this. Well, that remains to be seen and what happens. So whatever the company decides to go with this angle, it's what they'll go. All right, next you have a Divas match, a non-title Divas match, as AJ gets into the ring with Alicia Fox. In the corner, of course, you got Paige, Alicia Fox, and AJ wrestling. This is a pretty good 5-star match in my opinion. Alicia Fox, of course, they're continuing with this little heel turn after what happened last Friday night on SmackDown. AJ, of course, loses the match. Alicia Fox wins due to outside interference by AJ's frenemy, Paige, as she goes for the 1, 2, 3 count. So AJ is your winner, the Divas champion. All right, next what we have, you've got another Randy Orton and Seth Rollins segment as they're talking about the egos going around, being on the same page of what happens. Seth Rollins says he's got this, Randy Orton says he's got that. That's what you have, and of course another build-up for what's going to happen between the two. Rumors are going around right now. Orton's going to be face. That remains to be seen, but it seems that Seth Rollins trying to build up into a character that everybody can hate, even a Viper like Randy Orton, as cold as he was last year. Okay. So Randy Orton comes out to the ring, and now he states his statement on the mic, talking about what he's going to do to John Cena, how him and John Cena, of course, made their debuts, and of course mocks the Kansas City Royals, a baseball team, saying that this team has not won a championship in 27 years. John Cena comes out to try and get the crowd on his side because of all the booze he's been getting. He goes, listen, you can't be saying that about the Kansas City Royals because they got a lot of heart, you know that. And John Cena once again trying to sound black, as everybody knows what he's trying to do. And if you notice Randy Orton's face, he's chuckling a bit because he can't believe how John Cena's trying to get the crowd on his side. I even know this. Even Orton knows this. And everybody in the dressing room knows this. And then, of course, Paul Heyman comes out. He goes, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. He gets in the ring, gives him his thoughts, like no matter who wins or loses this match, okay, you have to face my client, Brock Lesnar. And before he can even say anything else, John Cena picks him up on the back and, of course, threatens to beat him up. And, of course, then Randy Orton doing his thing with the RKO on John Cena, but then he RKOs Paul Heyman at the same time, letting him know, hey, listen, I don't care whose side I'm on, as long as I get to beat up John Cena. That's the build-up for the Cena-Orton match. All right, and then to that promo. Okay, then you got Rusev versus Big E, a squash match, and while Rusev was waiting for his flag to come down, the Big Show backstage, of course, does his thing with the American flag. We're removing Rusev's flag and, of course, replacing it with the American flag. As they play Old Glory in the background, Rusev is trying to rip the flag down, but here comes a U.S. Army soldier coming out from the crowd. They're trying to make it look like if it was an actual person that came out. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, everybody knows that was staged. As the soldier came out, making it look like that, hey, he was offended by what happened. Rusev kicks the soldier, the American Armed Force officer, into the head, and causing him to leave. And of course, Big Show helping him out of the ring. This is only the build-up, that big match, to build up the Rusev character, how evil and patriotic he is against the United States of America. So Big Show, of course, will try and handle this on his own. This will be the third time these two are facing each other. Both matches were, of course, caused by disqualifications and interferences by Mark Henry. But now this time, nobody's going to be involved in this match. It's going to only be them two alone. That's what you have. So the winner, of course, is Rusev. He defeats Big E, Ernie Langston. All right, now we move on. Big Show, of course, cut a promo in the ring after that match was over, saying that he's going to get his hands on Rusev. Now there you have it. Okay, Dean Ambrose and John Cena have a segment, of course, talking about the match, saying that we both have to work as a team, and you're the crazy one, I'm a good one. You can see Dean Ambrose watching a movie, See No Evil 2, starring Kane, and he's having popcorn, and he says, I'm going to use this as motivation to win the match. Cena, of course, doesn't take it seriously, tells him to find other ways. She's like the Joker, and Dean Ambrose says, okay, why so serious? It's kind of funny when you look at his hairdo. All right, now we go on to Brie Bella as she takes on Summer Rae. Brie Bella wins this match by pinfall, 1, 2, 3. Summer Rae, I think, did a little bit much better in this match. She wrestled a little bit much better in this one, and I commemorate the Divas. They're actually doing much better, doing everything they can to try and get more women and much more of the female audiences involved. And of course, Brie's building up for her match against her sister Nikki. Whoever loses that match will be that woman's bitch. Okay, what I mean by that is, of course, the loser has to do whatever the other sister does. So that's the other match for Hell in a Cell for a Divas match. All right, they got Dean Ambrose with another segment as he comes out with a duffel bag, and in that duffel bag is a dummy of Seth Rollins. He takes it out, saying, "This is what I'm going to do to Seth Rollins." And here comes Seth Rollins out with WWE security, and these two, of course, go at it. This does a build up their Hell in a Cell match this Sunday, and the whole deal, of course, goes out into a rouse on that one. So there's the end of that segment. But this was pretty funny. You got to watch this. Well, those who didn't watch Raw, go to your DVR. And Dean Ambrose is actually keep an eye on this guy. He is really good on the mic, as I said, with Roman Reigns, who of course is out with an injury. Hopefully we'll get, it's good. I think the only thing I can say about injuries is it makes some of the talent work harder. And Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins have been working much harder than ever to try and get, just to get the fans a reason to come into their seats, while the absences of Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns is out right now. Okay, next we have Dolph Ziggler versus Cesaro, and of course Cesaro wins this match 1, 2, 3 by a pinfall. So what's the point of Ziggler beating the Intercontinental Champion when he keeps losing these non-title matches? Well, there's only to build up Cesaro up, and well, there you have it. So Cesaro wins that match. Also, then of course you got the Triple H, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, Kane segment. They're all there talking a big game and all that stuff, saying that okay, Kane ends up screaming at both Randy Orton and Seth Rollins, saying you guys need to be on the same page. That's the end of that segment. We won't even go into that. Wyatt family video package. We're gonna cut right through that. You know, same thing. You know, a big hype comeback for the Wyatts and the Bray coming back from WWE soon. Then finally, we're at the main events. The 3-on-2 handicap street fight. Okay, John Cena and Dean Ambrose versus Randy Orton, Kane, and Seth Rollins. As these two are fighting in the ring, pretty good match, but you know, as usual, Cena has to work on some moves. He botches in some of the spots and areas, but Dean Ambrose has impressed me along with Seth Rollins. Kane, as being the hard worker that he is, does continue to try and get heat from the audience. They lower the Hell in a Cell down, and at the end of the match, of course, Seth Rollins wins as he pins Dean Ambrose. Orton actually pins Dean Ambrose by RKO. 1, 2, 3, and of course attacking Orton from behind is Seth Rollins, and that's the end of their match. So the winners of that match, of course, a 3-on-2 handicap street fight, is Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, and Kane. So that's the end of the show. All right, finally I was able to review a Raw tonight from Kansas City, Missouri. Hulk Hogan gets interviewed backstage, of course, in WWE Network in the post show, gives out his thoughts. He's going for John Cena, of course, you know, and this is something Hogan's got to do since his TNA days are over and his reality TV days are over. So, you know, you can only go as far as using your nostalgic superstars and your stars and the talent for the interviews. A couple things I want to point out. GBL continues to entertain us with his mic work. You know, and Michael Cole just completely sucks. He continues to put you to sleep. Jerry the King Lawler has not been the same since his heel days during broadcasting. And the puppies and all that, it really takes away the flavor out of his broadcasting. But I thought that tonight's show was an 8. Not exactly the best show, but at least we've had less talking segments. You had less stupid stuff. You know, they got right down to the point. I think maybe, sadly to say, but every Raw that is before every pay-per-view always seems to be better than sometimes not even the pay-per-view itself, but the Raw before that, you know, and this is kind of sad right now as we see it. I'm going to actually have another video on my predictions of what's going to happen at Hell in a Cell this Sunday. But the couple of matches I will tell you this, the ones I'm looking forward to right now is Seth Rollins against Dean Ambrose in Hell in a Cell. I'm not even going to talk about John Cena and Randy Orton. Okay. Rusev and The Big Show I think looks like interesting because I like the way they're building that one up. That's actually being much built better than a few of the storylines combined. Brie and Nikki Bella, of course, will continue to do what they have to do to get the crowd into that storyline, and you know, you have that. Nobody's been talking about the U.S. title match between Sheamus and The Miz. It's because everybody knows this is kind of lame right now with Sheamus. You know, and Sheamus really can't wrestle. I mean, The Miz, of course, still needs some moves to tweak on, and he's actually has improved, at least coming from a guy who came from a reality TV series. And if for the Divas Championship, you got AJ once again defending the title against Paige. And sadly to say, the only reason why they keep having these two is because they got something against the Hart family with Natalya. Not once have you seen Natalya on TV tonight. They've been putting her on the main event. They're superstars. It's because something they've had against the Harts. You know, and then Summer Rae, you know, and sadly to say, as much as I like her, was one of my favorite divas, she needs work. You know, she needs work, and she needs a lot of development down in Florida. Is going to go back down to NXT because we have not seen another diva that's breaking out right now. The WWE should stop their political nonsense with the Harts and give Natalya a chance. We're not seeing that. So, you know, if that's going to be the case, start sending up Alexia Bliss. Start sending up Charlotte Flair. What about Bayley? I mean, she's been working hard down in developmental. You know, I mean, we want to see that. Why don't you just bring in the Ascension? I want to see CJ Parker, you know, and also what you have not seen tonight was Bo Dallas. You know, Bo Dallas tonight, you know, for somebody to put him over. I mean, I thought his character's funny, but I don't think Vince McMahon sees that. You know, we have not seen much of that. So this you know, the WWE, Stephanie, Triple H, Vince McMahon's got to start developing more wrestlers. Okay, because we can't see Cena versus Orton 24/7. You know, and you can only see them that many times. And we know that Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns is out, but it's try and get guys like Titus O'Neil and even Heath Slater into much more serious roles. Okay, I'm just glad they stopped at Matadores, and you only see them on SmackDown in the main event, and now you don't even see them on main event. Main event was on tonight as well, but I'll be able to review that one. But Brock Lesnar, part-time WWE champion, which I still think that's a bad idea to give a part-timer the WWE championship belt. We want to see the WWE champion represented. You can't just give it to a part-timer. I mean, this is just as bad as Hulk Hogan not defending his title every 2 months during the mid-'80s. And this was during the time he was champion for 4 years. It got down to either a pay-per-view title defense or anything else. Hogan will only defend it every 2 months back in his heyday, and you can't have that. You'd rather have the title defended at least maybe once every 2 weeks, make it a week every week. Dolph Ziggler has not defended the IC title in a while. He's been in non-title intercontinental matches against Cesaro, or he'll face a guy like The Miz. What is this? What is the point of representing yourself as a champion when you're jobbing in non-title matches? I mean, this doesn't make any sense at all. You're supposed to not the job. Everybody that I knew back in the heyday, back in the 80s, never jobbed as an Intercontinental champion or tag team champion, or even worse, the WWE champion. I mean, this is way out of proportion, Vince. You can have the guy going there wearing his championship belt, let him defend the title. I can understand if it was a tag team 6-man match jobs, but no, not as a singles matches. You think the Macho Man Randy Savage and the Honky Tonk Man would have agreed to this shit? No, absolutely not. Go back to having a guy, if you see him defending the title, going on a one-on-one match, have him defend the damn title. I don't care if the guy is Kofi Kingston. I don't care if the guy maybe is Heath Slater or Titus O'Neil. Or even Gilbert for that matter, jokingly speaking. But please, do us a favor. Stop having Dolph Ziggler job to guys like Cesaro in a non-title Intercontinental Championship match. At the same time, you're insulting Cesaro by not even giving him that title. If you're going to have Ziggler job, have him job at the next pay-per-view losing the title, okay? Not every Monday on Raw and SmackDown and Superstars for a non-title match. I mean, I'm getting tired of non-title matches, in my opinion. Start making these matches title matches. I don't care, okay? This is one of the reasons why they got rid of the Superstars shows and Wrestling Challenge years ago, because we don't want to see the guy Wonder representing the championship and not defending it, okay? That's pretty much all I got to say. Well, that does it for my review of Monday Night Raw on Kansas City on this night of October 20th, 2014. Tell me what you think. Actually, the 21st. Yeah, on the 20th. Of course, this passed. Tell me your thoughts and leave me a comment, and I'll speak to you later.